Dr. John Braccio, Braccio PhD on the web. You'll find him every Tuesday. We talk about this, and I mentioned the word panic. A panic attack. Do you suffer from these? I've never understood them. I've heard of them. I've known one or two people, I think, that suffer from those. Is it possible just to have one? I mean, we all panic about something at some point. And how do you know the difference between that and a heart attack? Because the symptoms are the same from what I understand. Dr. John Braccio to talk about that. Doc, welcome to your morning wake up.
Well, good morning, Mike. And panic attacks are really pretty horrible. Okay. They're a sudden, intense fear that triggers severe physical and emotional symptoms. They're really often not predictable and really very, very intense. That's a good word for it. The person feels they may die. They may end up going to the emergency room at the hospital out of fear they're having a heart attack or feeling so horrible that something's happening to them that they really can't cope with the symptoms. And really typical symptoms are shortness of breath, and nausea, and trembling, abdominal cramping, chest pain, dizziness, numbness, tingling sensation, even feelings of detachment from reality. And you mentioned a little before, the problem with a panic attack is you just don't know if they're coming, and they're very similar to having a heart attack. Okay, so you just really don't know if you get one of these things. What is it? Okay, but if you do get one, you know, the palpitations, just feeling feeling overwhelmed, and things that can cause this. It could come from genetics, related to how you put together, overuse of caffeine or alcohol, major stress, and then personality traits that result in greater worry, negativity, more sensitivity to stress. So they're really a horrible thing. And if you only run into a few people that had them, that's good, because they're actually more common than you might think. And another horrible thing about them, there's no warning when they come on. So until you can figure out what triggers these things, they can be very, very frightening. And you do feel that you're having a heart attack. It can be that type of
weird.
So
Doc Braccio, here's a question, though. Can you have just one panic attack, or once you have it, are you prone to multiple attacks through? I mean, do you have to look for what triggers it and everything from then on?
Well, you can have one. Okay, I think that's true. I mean, I think what happens, though, people that have one, they're so fearful of having another. And then this also could be part of a self-fulfilling prophecy, and all of a sudden you get another one. Okay, and then you get more. And some people, unfortunately, do have them regularly. Okay, and when this occurs, then they really have to take a look at what's really causing this, because you can have what's called cardiac panic, where you really think you're having a heart attack, respiratory panic, where you're really having problems, breathing, realization. It's so horrible what's going on, you almost feel like you're outside of yourself. You can have dehydration type situation where you just don't have enough liquids in you. This can just lead to the panic. So the things that you can do, you try to figure out what might this be going on, because unlike a phobia where there's a specific thing that triggers the panic attack, these are things that just can come on and you just don't really know why. It could be something's happening that's going on, and so it could just overwhelm you. And if you do get panic attacks, you have to really stick to the things to do would be limit the intake of caffeine and alcohol, make sure you're getting sufficient sleep, daily exercise, determine the triggers that bring on the panic attack, confront the panic attack. We're going to encourage you can't run away. You just have to kind of deal with it. You have to do deep breathing over and over again when you feel the panic attack coming on and throughout it. And if you then try to talk to somebody while it's going on, it can let you know all's going to be fine, because you don't die from the panic attack. You may feel you're dying, but you're not. And then recognize the panic attack is not dangerous, not kill you. And you need to know, in spite of whatever, this is a hard thing, whatever you believe, you are creating a panic attack in your own mind, and you can think your way out of it. And as needed, meet with your family physician to discuss anti-anxiety medication. So you you can't work these things out in your own mind. You have to figure out exactly what triggers it when they're coming, and then you have to really start working things like deep breathing. Deep breathing is so helpful, right? Where most things just breathing in, breathing out. You can be thinking about something else. You can just talk yourself out of this. Now, the one problem is, of course, is if you have a first one and it's kind of overwhelming and you're having all these symptoms related to your heart and you can't breathe, then going to the emergency room is actually a good idea to make sure you're not having a heart attack.
Yeah, I would think, yeah.
But if you but once you find out that you are having panic attacks, then you have to approach it as a real problem, and you have to sort out triggers, what's causing it, and then in your own way find out how you can overcome the problem and not let it overwhelm you. And I've worked with many, many people over the years that have panic attacks, and they are able to work themselves out of them, but they're very, very scary, and they can come, generally they start young in life, and they can come anytime, and they're just they are devastating, they're terrifying, and they really put the person really just in a real tailspin. So if you have panic attacks, you want to just really work at stopping them, finding out what's causing them, of course, and just take control and move on. It's a form of really, really high anxiety, kind of on steroids, if you will. It's a bad situation to have.
You've mentioned a number of things, Dr. Braccio. Dr. John Braccio, every Tuesday we talk to him about some sort of family issue, a mental issue for yourself, struggles, that kind of thing. It's very, very helpful and there for you. But you mentioned a couple of things. One was deep breathing, and then you got into exercise and diet and enough sleep. All of those four things seem like they're a fix for just about everything, really. We don't do enough of them. For deep breathing, as you were saying the words, I found myself going, oh, yeah. Because we sit around so much, we don't really breathe heavy.
Well, you're right, Mike. Deep breathing has always been something. It also even can help you go to sleep. I mean, it's one of those things, just the breathing in and breathing out. Just relax.
Wow.
Just breathing in and breathing out.
I'm relaxing just listening to you do it.
And if you do it, when you do it and you're thinking about it, you're then also confronting the panic attack, because you're directly confronting it. Because with the panic attack, you're often having short breathing, where you're, like this, you're feeling pain, and then when you're breathing in and breathing out, you can listen to the sound to yourself. It's just, sure, those are things you can do.
You know what you need to do? Doc, let's get together, because I think I hear a new business coming on. You need to have an app that people can download, Dr. Braccio Relaxation, and you just talk like that and breathe in and breathe out. I think the panic attacks would be averted. I'm just saying.
Well, I might say at drjohnb.com, I do have a hypnosis relaxation podcast, no cost or anything, somebody can listen to, which actually I did in California. So it's right at Redondo Beach. So that is there, by the way. If someone wanted to listen just in terms of the relaxing and working on the breathing in. And breathing out and all the time.
Did you actually record that in California on the beach? Because that would have been perfect.
I actually did, right where Torrance Beach and Redondo Beach come together, right there, right at the ocean. Yeah, many years ago.
See?
Yeah, I did do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Dr. John Braccio, you can find him on the web. Go to drjohnb.com and then listen every Tuesday about now. Doc Braccio joins us. Doc, once again, it's a pleasure always, and you kind of set the pace for the day for us. So have a great day, would you?
Always a pleasure, buddy. You have a good day, too. Bye-bye.
See you later. 1320 WILS. Waking up. 1320 WILS.